goes for like a minute and a half. Oops, I didn't
Shut it down.
You're too negative. Your good friend shut us down. All right, Raider Nation, welcome back. All right. So apparently we were too negative. We had to shut it down and restart. We're resetting ourselves, which is a good thing for sure.
I had my mic while I was in the bathroom.
Oh, nice.
good.
All
So we got to-
right.
We're gonna have a
we got
naked
to-
gun
we got
moment
to hear
there.
Murf go take a little tinkle there. But much respect to everyone that's here, everyone that's in the chat, all that stuff. Are we?
Yeah, let's shout everybody out and then take us to the Sea of Fans mailbag there, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Well,
Unless you want to talk about Black Friday.
no. I don't want to talk about that. We all know
Actually, let me talk about something real quick since
Please do.
we don't necessarily have to talk about the Chiefs, but so if you don't know, I love the Hallmark Channel. So the Hallmark Channel.
Hold on. We got to press the button.
Tell them what segment is getting ready to happen here, Jeff.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. People have been clamoring for it. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since we've got one of these. But ladies and gentlemen of Raider Nation, I bring to you, For Whom Michelle Tolls.
This is such a silly one. Okay. Okay, so I love the Hallmark Channel because it's a great place. Okay, talk over it, because I'll talk over it. It's where I go for solace and everything's happy. It's always beautiful. The Christmas lights are festive, and it's just, you don't have to even know what's going on because you know how it's going to end. It's the perfect place to check your brain at the door, get away from the Raiders and all the negativity, and there is a M-effing Chiefs Christmas story on the Hallmark Channel. It's called, I don't know, a football jack off. I don't know what it's called. But it's some sort of Chiefs. And every time the commercial comes on, I'm enraged, which I shouldn't feel watching the Hallmark Channel, and it's yellow and it's red, and I think Travis Kelsey's mom's in it. I feel like I've seen her in it, and I just think, can I have nothing without, I got Patrick Mahomes on T-Mobile commercials, and they're everywhere. And I just want my Hallmark Channel to be a place of solace. And now I have to see a damn Chiefs. Why? Why would they do that?
Why would they do that?
Anyway, so that pisses me off.
Do the kids call that? Is someone stealing your piece, Michelle?
They're stealing my piece.
Do the kids say that?
I don't know. I think I heard that somewhere.
Well, they are.
One of your kids must have said that.
They
You
are
ever had your
certainly.
piece stolen, Jeff?
Every Sunday.
Anyway, that really pisses me off because that's my place of solace where I don't have to think, and then I'm filled with rage every time that stupid commercial comes on.
Are we on Kelsey overload?
Yes, we are.
Not
we
just
already
Travis.
were, but now we. Oh, yeah.
But I'm talking Jason, and then Jason's wife now has a big pod that they're promoting.
Yes, I've been seeing that. Yeah.
So it's like we got you don't have to. You could throw a football in a house and hit a Kelsey.
And hit a damn Kelsey.
There's
I'd
a lot
like
of Kelsey.
to. There is a super chat though. Bring back a little more positivity. Silver and
please,
Black
yes.
Today gave a $50 donation.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Says Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. So
thank you,
yes,
Scott.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Thanks for bringing the positivity because that really does have me fired up. I'm not kidding.
Well, and apparently it was Scott's. A lot of my interactions with Scott on Silver and Black Today that we heard from a handful of folks that was part of the negativity.
You took it too far.
The thing about,
okay.
you know,
It was
okay.
it was my fault.
Oh,
It was
okay.
your fault. We didn't do anything. It wasn't us. No. Here's the thing.
Damn it,
the thing,
Scott.
and the thing that I do love about Scott is that he is so objective. Maybe too objective for some people, but I appreciate his objectivity. I'm not even drinking. This is coffee. But yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate his objectivity because
Yeah,
he's not a Raiders fan. He is
exactly.
outside
He's not a
looking
fan.
in, and so he can maybe pinpoint some things that we can't see. And I appreciate that.
And I do, and him and Mo bring that up all the time
Yeah.
about how objective their podcast
Yeah,
is, and it's
yeah.
true because you look at a lot of the Raiders stuff. So it's like and this is going to turn into a gloss session here for freaking Silver and Black today. But this is genuine, man. You have fan created content like ours, which is three of us knuckleheads sitting here by the fire, having some cocktails and coffee, and just having fun with enjoying each other's company, talking about our favorite football team, right? So you have that version of a Raiders quote show, right? Then you have the national, or at least national media sucks when you look at guys.
They're more
like,
negative than we are.
they're the worst. When you look at
Yeah.
Mike Silver and Mike Florio and Mike Lombardi and everybody else.
Colin
named
Cowherd
Colin
and
Cowherd.
all
Like,
these
that's a whole nother story.
jackasses.
But then you got the local beat writers, right? And you can find some objectivity in there, but at the same time, they have to be in the room with the Raiders.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
are, you know what I'm saying? They are in the city. They are in the facilities. They are in. So you have that version. Then you got Scott and Mo, who kind of hover between all of it, right? Like you have that.
Because Mo's a Raider fan.
Yeah.
Because Mo is a Raider
Yeah.
fan, but he's also
He does a great job, though.
very reasonable
Yes.
and can be objective at the same time saying, yeah, I'm a Raider fan, but my job though is to be an NFL reporter. And so
Right.
he will allow those things. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. We can't
Never.
be objective. Somebody on Twitter told me that one not that long ago. They're like, you need to be more objective when you consider the Raiders. I'm like, bro, I can't.
No, I
a
don't.
fan.
I can't.
No, I don't.
I can't.
Die
I don't-
hard.
There's a reason I'm not a journalist. There's a reason we say all the time, like we're not journalists.
Because we're
not,
ride or die.
we're so in for this stuff. But anyways, the point being though, Scott and Mo, I think, do an incredible job of being that like middle ground that's, yes, they represent fans. Heck, they have this blowhard on there every Sunday after a game. But like they can represent fandom, but not report as fandom, but not be honks for the team either. Like
Right.
they're right there in the middle. So those guys do a great job and can't not thank them enough for not only that super chat donation, but we got a major thing going on with Scott
sure
and
do.
with the Silver and Black today coming up with the One Nation Foundation. We're going to have a banner year next year. And none of that happens without you, Raider Nation.
Yeah.
None of that happens without the likes, the subscribes, the thumbs up, smash the bell, as the kids say.
They do say that.
Take the tip of your thumb and touch the tip of the thumb on the thing.
Whoa, easy.
I think you just said that. Lean back into it, bro.
Speaking of touching tips, let's freaking go to the Sea of Fans mailbag.
Just come on and lean back into this. We'll be right back.
There he is, baiting, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied, he's thrown. It is.
All right, sorry for the audio glitches there, man. What do you want? We're in the living room. But anyways, appreciate you, Raider Nation, so very, very much.
The iPad didn't like our negativity.
Even the iPad's mad
Yeah.
at us. YouTube's mad at us.
We're twitching out.
The internet's mad at us. Like everybody's trying to.
Everybody's mad at us.
They're trying to keep us down, man.
I thrive in that. So be mad.
Appreciate you, Raider Nation, so very, very much for staying locked in with us. Man, it's one thing for us knucklehead fans to get together on a show, but if you're watching us and listening to us, you're even a crazier Raider fan than we are, and we cannot appreciate that enough. And thank you for your patronage of us here at Raiders Fan Radio. All right, so we always say, more of you and less of us is a good thing. And so the way we get more of you is by jumping into the Sea of Fans mailbag. You can reach us a multitude of ways in the chat room, much like Silver and Black today, of course, is in there. Mojo is in there. Desert Raider is in there. Paul Edgerton is in there. Desert Raider says sword fighting.
Hey.
Ana Diaz is in there. Jordan Ford, Martin is in there. Hooligan Nation is in there. Tropical Remy is in there. We appreciate you also very, very much. for joining us in the chat room. So you can find us there, youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio, or you can email the show.
But wait, there's more.
You can look at all these beautiful things. You can email the show at show, that is SHOW, at RaidersFanRadio.com. That's SHOW at RaidersFanRadio.com. And if you email us an indefinite amount of times, you can become the next made man or the next made maiden here at Raiders Fan Radio, or you can call the show. And you can reach us at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. And leave a message, and if we play that 3 times or more on the show, you can become a made man or made maiden that way. So we appreciate you, Raider Nation. And listen, and I would say this, we got some great calls tonight. We've got a couple great emails tonight. But I would say this, that if you feel so inclined, and I know it's a lot, sometimes it could be a lot calling a show and leaving a voicemail, and you feel the pressure of that and all that kind of, just do it, man. Even if it's 20 seconds long. Just scream Raiders into your phone, man. We love to hear from Raider Nation.
That's pretty much all we do.
That's all we do, and right. And this is the time when I love to hear from Raider fans most, because again, like we all have our own inner circles of Raiders fans and people that we trade paint with on social media and all that kind of stuff. But loving to hear from the listeners of Raiders Fan Radio.
Yeah.
So please give us a call, 909-345-3346, or send that email. And Michelle always reads your emails. We got a couple of great ones tonight. And so Michelle, who do we got?
All right, so first we have Martin.
Martin.
Oh, also, Martin, I forgot to forward your voicemail to Murf, so at some point.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We will get to that.
Next week.
Yeah. But here's your email.
Oh, hey, we got a super chat in there. Real quick.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Yoshi with another one. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. $20 super.
Hey, thank you, Yoshi.
Respect.
100% of that money going to the One Nation Foundation, supporting Raiders-related charities. Thank you. While you're reading, Michelle, I'm going to put another log on the fire.
Oh,
Do it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hi, gang. I quickly wanted to touch on the subject of the franchise quarterback, a phrase I hear every year around draft time, if not before. And in our case, it's getting sooner every year. Looking back at the great names over the years, their longevity is striking. Marino, 17 years. Elway, 16 years. Peyton Manning, 18 years, 14 with Indianapolis. Montana, 16, 14 with San Francisco. Favre, 20, 16 with Green Bay. Rodgers, 20, 18 with Green Bay, 2 with New York Jets to date. Brady, 23, 20 with New England. In the current era, the sainted Patrick Mahomes has led Kansas City for 7 seasons so far. For the Raiders, as starting quarterback, DC, 9 years, Stabler, 7, Flores, 6, LaMonica, 6, Schroeder, yeah, like Schroeder from Charlie Brown. 5 years, Gannon 4, Plunkett 3. This tells me that we haven't really had the kind of franchise quarterback that other teams would recognize, at least in terms of durability. Maybe players get injured more in the modern game, or perhaps teams, fans even, aren't as patient or forgiving anymore. But every time we get to the draft and all talk is of the next franchise quarterback, I do wonder if our expectations are misplaced and put an inordinate amount of pressure on both our GM and the draft class themselves. What do I know? I'm just some tea-drinking limey. Go Raiders, Martin.
Jeez.
Thank
Gosh,
you, Martin.
I don't know if you're supposed to say that or not.
Oh, is that a bad word?
Calling an Englishman a limey?
He said it.
Oh, I know he said. I know that wasn't you. No, but I think, yeah.
Did
no,
Martin just made me call him out of his name?
I think that's a derogatory
Wow.
term there, Martin. But yeah, no, but that's funny.
Sneaky Martin.
Well, and you know what? Martin gets us.
Yeah.
He gets us.
Yeah, he does.
You can't laugh at yourself,
Yep.
then who can you laugh at?
So true. Next is Vegas Raider Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Don't give up on our team yet, Murf. Even though we're not a playoff team, nobody has quit. Players are showing up every day, and Pierce hasn't lost the locker room that we know of. He deserves another season with a capable quarterback, and I think Mark gives him year 2. Also, a bigger problem is constant turnover at coach and GM. That's poison to a franchise. We need stability. A coach deserves 3 years to put in their system. Even though I didn't like how he did it. How Jacobs left because of our constant turnover. I know everyone wants new always when you don't win, but we gave Gruden time, and Pierce deserves that also, in my opinion. Vegas Pete. I think we covered why we don't think he deserves another year. But if you guys have anything to say.
Absolutely. I think so too. But you know what? Thank you, Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. I appreciate his positivity.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you know what? Over the past year, Pete's been locked in with us, man.
Yes,
I got to
yeah.
give him much respect, man. We've heard a lot from Vegas Raider Pete, not only on the socials, but here in the chat room. And whoops, turn that off. But also here in the chat room and on the emails now.
Yeah.
So thank you, Vegas Raider P. We
Yeah.
appreciate
He's all
you.
over
Yeah.
our Twitter too.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
On the X. The kids call it the X now, Jeff.
Oh, the X.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
But I do appreciate, because he's right. I mean, and in a perfect world, 3 years would be ideal.
I just don't think anyone has that.
I just don't know. Also,
Well, that's what your point was earlier.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's not the way the NFL is
Get that
nowadays.
runway
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Well, also too, I don't know that Antonio Pierce had a plan. I think he had other people helping him devise a plan. I would like to see a coach that has a specific
I'm with
plan
you.
and come in and say this, make it happen.
100%. Absolutely.
Okay. Next is Paul. Paul. Evening, everybody.
I got to try to find 30 seconds of Paul.
Okay.
Do it.
I hope you're all well, or as well as we can be. I was running an errand for a family member towards the end of last week and found myself driving past Robert Plant's house. It inspired me to try a Led Zeppelin Raiders-themed email. Sunday was another mixed bag, wasn't it? There were some positives, but largely it was ass again, and the song remains the same.
Oh.
If someone had tapped us on the shoulder at the beginning of the year and told us how the season was going to play out, we'd have laughed in their faces. No chance we would have screamed, but they would have been right, and it leaves us wondering just how many more times can we get it wrong. By October, we were all dazed and confused.
Yes.
The season was over the hills and far away.
Hell yeah.
And we'd started talking about the draft. As the season has fallen apart, there are so many questions we all have, and the permutations are growing by the day. There's a whole lot of love for Shedeur Sanders right now. He seems to be the chosen one. We're going to need a top 3 pick to get him, though, so we'll need to get trampled underfoot a few more times yet before the end of the season. If he's the guy they want, though, go and get him at all costs. We're all sick of the sticking plaster approach at quarterback, so the right decision has to be made when the levee breaks this year. It's no secret that we've had a checkered history in the draft, and it's fair to say that there's been good times, bad times, and more than the occasional communication breakdown.
Yes.
But I think we can trust in Tom Telesco to choose wisely. We have no choice but to rock and roll with his decisions.
Yes.
As we tear up this particular chapter and start building again towards our stairway to heaven. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I know you'll have to have a busy show, so I won't ramble on like a Moby Dick. I'll just remind you all that even before we get to the draft, we have free agency, and we'll have plenty of cashmere to spend there as well. To all those in Raider Nation that aren't Led Zeppelin fans, I apologize for this email. Not making much sense.
incredible.
That's nobody's fault but mine.
Oh, nice.
God bless John Bonham, the best ever.
Amen.
Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi. Polly Award winner 2019 and 2022. Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020. Made Man of the Year 2024. BRT Sizzler scorekeeper. Proud made man. Five times times 4 plus 4. Winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Wow, Paul.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Well, you know, when you're a goat like Paul, there's only enough tea for one.
Paul, your name Paul? Hello? Paul. Hello? Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
Man, that was awesome, man. So, you know,
That was,
incredible.
yeah.
and you know, and I'm a leadhead, man. Like I have like my favorite bands, y'all, and you guys tell me. We'll take a little bit of a deviation from Raider Talk before we jump into the voicemails here. But like, I vary my favorite band.
Okay.
Like sometimes the Black Crowes are my favorite band. Sometimes Led Zeppelin's my favorite band. Sometimes Metallica's my favorite band. But for the most part, or the Beatles is a big one. But for the most part, like Zeppelin remains at the top more than the Doors are up there for me. But Zeppelin remains at the top more than other bands do. Like just get there and just kind of stay there. I don't know about you, Michelle. I know that you're a little bit of a leadhead, aren't you?
Led Zeppelin, I think that would probably be, but I also, Steely Dan is also one of my favorites.
yeah.
But I think, like, if Led Zeppelin, it hovers there. Like, if I'm working in my studio or something, I'm probably listening to Led Zeppelin or a mix of, because I like ELO. Like, I have a lot of loves, the Beatles.
You go a little more
of
of the prog rocky.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
I love
right?
the Beatles. I love Led Zeppelin. I think, yeah. yeah. But Steely Dan is another one that I could listen to all the time. But yeah, Led Zeppelin is up there. My dad was a huge Zeppelin fan.
He was?
Yeah, yeah.
Which, like, my dad, like his favorite bands were like the Doors and the Beatles, and Hendrix was a big one for my old man and all that. But he wasn't into Zeppelin much.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
he was kind of like precursor because he was more like that Vietnam era.
Yeah,
you know what
my
I mean?
dad
Like that
was,
music,
yeah.
like that was kind of his. I
Yeah.
guess our dads were about the same age,
Yeah.
but yeah, he wasn't much into Zeppelin. I found Zeppelin on my own.
Really?
And when I did that, like the first, like a Rock and Roll was the first song that I heard, and I was like, holy shit, like this band is insane. And then it just kind of like went from there. And it's funny, and most of my favorite bands in Zeppelin included, my favorite songs are not their most,
Oh yeah.
they're not their biggest songs. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you look at like Stairway or even
Yeah,
Rock and Roll
I'm
at
not
this
a
point,
Stairway.
or
I don't like
Black
Stairway.
Dog or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Like those aren't my favorite songs. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I get
Yeah.
into the weeds on like Physical Graffiti or like Over the Hills and Far Away or
Yeah.
on Led Zeppelin 3, like Friends and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like or Out on the Tiles. Like those are the ones that just freaking.
The Ocean's my favorite Led
The
Zeppelin
Ocean
song.
is a
That's
phenomenal
my
song.
favorite Led
Yes,
Zeppelin song.
that album,
yeah.
Over the Hills and Far
Yeah,
Away,
yeah.
that's way up there for maybe one of their
I love
one
Going
of
to
their
California too. That's another
Going to
favorite.
California
yeah,
is a great
yeah.
song,
I mean,
too,
they
yeah.
have a million. I
Well,
could
and you know
name.
what? And can I get cheesy for a second?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, that was another one.
That sign over there says, "If the sun refused to shine, I'd still be
man.
loving you." And like, I'm gonna getting cheesy. When I met Valerie, I'm like, "Oh shit, that song means something different now."
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When mountains crumble to the sea, there'll still be you and me. Man, Zeppelin. Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a great
You want to
song.
tap in on any of this?
I'm a Billy Joel guy.
Well,
I like Billy Joel too, though. Yeah.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
That's my jam. But you know, growing up, I've tapped in more to Led Zeppelin and a lot of the Beatles.
You're discovering
and
rock and roll later.
I'm discovering it like now. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? Even like Metallica and stuff like that. Like I didn't grow up with all that stuff. You know, I mean, I grew up like my rock and roll band that I liked. My metal rock was Linkin Park.
Right,
yeah.
That was my jam when I was in like
And
middle
System of a
school
Down and
System
all
of a
that stuff,
Down, POD, Puddle of Mud, all those kind of guys. Like I loved all that stuff, but like true rock and roll, I discovered that way later.
That might be another show we'll do. We got the T's and P's
Man.
podcast, and then we got to do one called Jeff Learns Rock and Roll,
Yeah.
where you and I give him an
Yeah.
album to listen to every week, and you got to listen through the whole thing
Yeah.
all week long, and then we come back and you report on it. We'll talk about it.
Deal.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be fun.
Jeff
yeah.
Learns Rock and Roll. That'd be fun. Want to do
Dude,
that?
that would be so much fun. Yeah.
We'll be like, okay, here's Dark Side of the Moon, Jeff.
Yeah.
This is all you
Oh,
get to listen
man.
to this week, and then come back and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Fun, right?
That'd be
Yeah, that
fun.
would be fun.
All right, let's get back to the Raiders. So here we go. See if fans know. We probably have no listeners left.
Do we have to? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's kick it up. See fans mailbag. First off, let's go to our buddy down in Houston. He is the Houstorian. He is Houston Raiders Steve.
Murf, Marsh, Swag Jeff, Michelle. Mishu sucks. He's horrible. Throws at people's feet. He gets happy feet. I've never said run forward. He runs sideways. Guy sucks. He sucks. You know what? Pirate booty. Yeah, that's what he does. Sucks ass. Sorry about that. Please strike that word for me.
Sorry about that.
But anyway, start Ritter the rest of the season. I'm not going to sit there and waste my time listening to Kevin Harlan, who can't stand the effing Raiders because he went to University of Kansas and he used to call the Chiefs games, I believe, for 84 to 93 or something, about 8 years. Then you got Trent Green, next chief. He never says anything positive. That's the worst broadcast team I can think of. So I worked my tail off, working 2 jobs all week so I can hear Kevin Harlan be a cheerleader very emphatically for anybody that plays the Raiders. The guy sucks. He sucks worse than Mishu. Got to be abused with that crap? Please. Gag me with a spoon. He's that frickin' bad. Or we're screwed. Anyway, have a nice day. We're going to be good, but it's going to take us a heck of a long time. I'm not saying we ought to tank, but, we're just as the only 2 teams worse than us or bad as we are. The Giants and the Jaguars. Welcome to the new NFL. Misha, you suck. Bench his tail for the rest of the season. Get rid of him. Goodbye.
That was beautiful.
Well done, Steve.
Well done, Steve. Oh,
You know, I got a voicemail from Steve. He called me the other day. I think he called me like Saturday night, and it was a 2-minute voicemail, and it was, "Let me ride that donkey, let me ride that." That was the whole voice, and it was 2 minutes long. I don't know if he ever got to the please. It was so good. It was so
That was
good.
the best. When we were out at the game last year at the Raiders Broncos game.
Yeah.
And we got, because we're like, Steve was there. We're like, oh, do the donkey song live, you know? And so you two are standing there and I'm filming and he's, let me ride that donkey, let me ride that. And he just kept going and going and going. And so and I'm like, Steve, where's the please? And then it's like,
Hit the please.
Hit the please.
He's like a skipping record.
He's like the freaking Andy Kaufman of Raiders Fan Radio. Just, you know what I mean? Like, just, you got to do the joke repetitive. You start off, Jeff.
Yep.
And then it gets uncomfortable.
It gets uncomfortable.
And then it
it's
gets
not
funny again.
But then it gets funny again. 100%.
That's Steve. Oh my gosh, you're the best, Steve. Thank you for calling, brother. All right, next up, let's get to, I don't know who this is.
Murf. Swaggo.
Is that Jay in St. Louis?
Michelle.
Yeah, sure is.
It's Jay from St. Louis. I know my area code when I call it is 573, but where I live, it's 314. So for this week's episode of Tacos and Pizza, I'm going to just focus on the pizza part because we have a really cool pizza joint here called Pi. P-I. What do we know about mathematical pi? It starts with 314.
Yep.
What is the area code for St. Louis? 314.
Oh.
You get where I'm going. So it's pie and pie as in a pizza pie. And it's a brick oven pizza joint. Fantastic fucking pizza. Highly recommend if you're ever in the area. Fuck emos. Go to Pi.
Yes.
P-I. Or Pizza World. But that's beside the point. Dude, that Titans-Texans game, I was watching that because the draft is more important than our record this year.
He's not wrong.
Just game-wise, phenomenal. Like, yes, the Titans won, so that was better for us, but it was still an awesome game. We suck, and we were wrong about Bo Nix. Bo Nix is really good. Kudos to him. Like, Bo Nix is pretty fucking good. But we, the Raiders, suck. Gardner Minshew broke his collarbone, so he's gone. I don't know how long Aiden O'Connell's going to be out, but now we have Spencer Rattler and Carter Bradley, so I know Murf is creaming his fucking pants because Carter Bradley's season is alive and well. And I can't wait to watch the show on Tuesday. And one last thing, one of my favorite YouTube channels is catering to his British audience, and they're releasing their show early. We shouldn't do that with Raider Nation, but one day, if they're all free, as in the show, we should release a show at 6 p.m. Paul time just for him, because he's always waking up early to watch the show.
Ooh,
Peace out. I barely hit the time. Go Raiders. We suck, but go Shador. Peace out.
That is a fantastic idea. You
I
know
need
what?
to know what time that is.
And I know, we'll have to depend on Paul and Martin to tell us what time that would be in the UK.
Yeah.
But whatever 6 p.m. is, I promise you that. You know what? Jay in St. Louis, that is freaking an amazing suggestion.
An incredible idea.
And 100% we will do that because we have the big break coming up.
Yeah.
So we'll be off
Yeah.
work quite a bit and whatever. Like, let's do that soon, guys.
Yeah.
You down?
Yeah.
It'll be for here in the
Yeah.
U.S. It'll be an all-nighter because I think it's 7 hours.
Something like that.
So 6 plus 6 is midnight. So it's like 1 a.m. I think it's 1 a.m.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense. No, wait,
No,
that can't be.
hold on.
It's like early,
Paul,
but like
It'll
if
be early
it's
in the
6
day.
p.m.
It'd be
here,
like-
what
It'd be like
time is
11
it there? At night?
Yeah, to be 6 p.m. over there is like 11 a.m. here.
Oh, 11.
Paul, let us know. Let us know.
Paul says 6 p.m. there is noon our time.
Noon our time.
Noon. Oh, we could do a nooner.
Bro,
do a
I could absolutely do
Let's
that.
do that.
Nooner, even if we do it on a weekend.
Heck yeah, dude. Let's do one for
Like a Saturday nooner show.
That would be fun because we hear from Martin and Paul all the time.
Yeah.
But we have tons of folks in the UK that listen to us. You know what I mean? All the silver and black UK folks, and like a lot of them listen to us.
Yeah.
We have Haley in Scotland and
That's
David Love in
right.
Scotland, and like we have a lot of people over there. That'd be cool, man. Let's do that.
That'd be cool as hell.
Yeah, we'll do a nooner.
Okay.
Do a nooner.
Deal.
All right, next up, let's get to the next caller. 703. Oh, this is Josh.
What up, fam?
What up, fam? I want to start this off first by saying, hope Gardner Minshew gets better, broke collarbone. I know it's got to suck and everything. But none of that's out of the way. I hope they take the fucking jersey and rip it off that man, put his ass on the gurney, and roll his ass out the fucking doors. Because God damn, I'm tired of seeing his ass.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking sucks. Every fucking time we start getting momentum, he got to do something stupid. Ugh. Oh, God, I've been wanting that motherfucker to be going for a while now. I hate that has to be an injury. I wish they would have just cut his ass. But if we're going to play like that, we see something more from the young guy. I know O'Connell got hurt, but damn. I keep hearing about this Bradley Carter or whoever. Where's this guy at? I want to see him. I want to see Desmond Ritter. He sucks too. We already know that.
Or Carter Bradley. Not Bradley Carter.
Anyways.
I'm hearing about this Bradley
Carter.
Man,
I was actually happy to see how the offense was going, to run the ball and stuff. See McCormick was getting it. I don't know if that was just the first game, what was going on, but I really think we should have gave him the rock more to see what we have. They got pass happy. And, once they ran that ball and kind of didn't go anywhere, like on one or two tries, they just completely stopped. I think the Broncos were ready for us to pass it. That run game could have had potential. They got to do a better job of, trying to get Brock Bowers the ball. I know he's best tight end. I know he's going to put fucking Surtain on and stuff. Hey, got to give him opportunity. But that was a fucking bullshit call that he didn't get that fucking defensive steep call. Let's leave that alone. Defense was doing all right. I know we wanted more. The offense put him in that bad situation with that interception. But the whole, you got two of your top cornerbacks out. It shows. Hey, Tyree Wilson, good fucking game. I'm not gonna lie. Man, he was on that run defense, get at the quarterback, loved it. Max needs some fucking help, so I'm happy to see it. But man, as much as Unc hates the fucking Chiefs, that's how I feel about those fucking Broncos. Fucking hate them. And man, fuck the Chiefs too.
Holy crap!
Wow. Hopefully your kids weren't in the room.
You know what? I'm gonna implore Raider Nation. Like, when you guys call, have some more juice and passion when you call this show.
Yeah, right?
That about put me to sleep. He was so calm. He was so calm.
Dude, man. Oh, man, Josh, we love you, man.
No
that was
kidding.
fantastic, dude.
No
That
kidding.
was-
But you know what?
That's
But a great call out by him, too.
Go ahead.
Talking about the defense. He said the defense, they're all right. You know what? And you and I talked about this a lot during the game when we watched. It was a bend, don't break.
Yeah.
Like, we saw a couple of lapses on the defense and stuff like that. And here we were being negative this entire time. The defense, I think, overall in the game,
Don't be coming off all positive now, Jeff.
they played pretty well. I wasn't displeased.
No, you're right. No,
I
you're
wasn't
right.
displeased with the defense overall. There was a couple things that, man, dang it, man. Like, why'd you let that happen? But like overall, like Divine Diablo.
Oh yeah.
Hell of a game.
Everywhere.
Hell of a game. Darnay Holmes.
Come
Hello.
on. Yeah,
Shout
very
out
good
30,
game.
man. Shout out Stu Schwager. Like, badass game, dude.
Do you think, let me ask you guys this, and here, watch this, we're going to talk about the Raiders. Do you all think that, okay, if Pierce goes, likely Patrick Graham goes too.
Yes.
But do you think that that's, and it's going to happen, it doesn't matter because a new head coach is going to want to bring in his own staff. So regardless of the performance, it won't matter. But I still think it's worth considering. Has Patrick Graham still done a good job as a coach of this defense considering the injuries? And that's what a lot of folks in Raider Nation will say is that, like, the team's underperformed, but you can't hold them accountable because look at all the injuries we've had to deal with. It's really been on one side of the ball for the majority of it, except for quarterback. But we were already bad at quarterback before they started getting hurt. But the point being, though, is like, is it warrantable for Patrick Graham to get an interview as the next head coach, as an interview as a head coach somewhere else? Like, has he done enough, or is there still enough glitches going on that's still on coaching that despite these other players stepping up, that when you have a cover zero play that results in a touchdown and, you know what I mean, and blows the under against the Broncos, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is where it sort of sucks for Patrick Graham because, and I earlier said, you know, excuses don't matter, but there are some significant injuries on the defense, which has really sort of suppressed the level that the defense should be at.
Some of its best players.
Some of its best players
Yeah.
we didn't even get to see. Like Kuntz, we never even got to see him, and I think he was going to be tremendous for the defense.
Especially paired up with Wilkins and Max. Like,
Exactly,
come on, that could not. There's no way that wouldn't have been productive.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah. But the sad reality is he has to work with who he has, and I think he's sufficient as a defensive coordinator, but I don't think they need sufficient. I think they need dynamic. And I just don't think, I mean, he's good. It's good. And I think they relied too much on what they thought the defense was going to be and neglected what the offense should have been. And I just don't think he's earned anything, as certainly not head coaching position.
No.
But I don't see him being kept just because he is.
Oh, they did okay because after you had a bunch of injuries.
Yeah. And sadly for him, because the defense could have. But I mean, when's the last time we had a turnover? Like, when's the I don't know. There's just like, they look good because the offense looks so terrible. It highlights the defense that they're just trying to get things done. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, Jeff, let me set you up.
Okay, set me up.
So here I was talking about, is there a case to be made for Patrick Graham in one capacity or another? But then as I'm listening to Michelle talk and she's talking about, like, you know, what the potential outside of that could be, I'm like, okay. So if you said, well, your next head coach is going to be Ben Johnson and his defensive coordinator is going to be Bob Saleh, well, then all of a sudden I'm not even thinking about Patrick Graham anymore.
Exactly.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think both things can coexist at the same time. I think Patrick Graham has done a decent job. You know, I think, you know, but has he warranted a head coaching interview? No, I don't think that's the case at all. But I think he's done okay. You know, I mean, I think if
it's fine, as you would say.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You know, I mean, I think if the situation arose where the, you know, new head coach, if they bring in a new head coach, if they bring somebody else in, you know, if they would be open to interviewing other people for the position, I think Patrick Graham would warrant that interview.
I think he's earned that.
Yeah,
I think he's earned an interview.
He's earned that for sure. But
especially being that he's been in the league a long time. This is not easy, but just listen as a comparison. This is not Antonio Pierce being elevated from a linebacker coach to immediately a head coach. This is a guy that's been a coordinator for multiple years in the NFL, for multiple teams, and has now a run of success for the Raiders. I think that I'm with you.
Yes.
Like, that alone is warranted for him to get the interview. Not saying he should be a candidate, but, you know, get the interview.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got one more.
There's a super chat.
Thank you.
Pirate 1975 with a $5 super chat said, let's pretend for a second Gruden was still coach. No emails are found. Where are we now, guys?
Well, you know, like we always say around here, we like to talk about the Raiders that are, not the Raiders that aren't, but that's a fun area of speculation. So we'll keep it brief because we're coming up on the end of the show here. Because we've got one more email to get to and we got to announce the Sizzler. But I would say this, that I think Gruden did a good job of keeping us competitive.
Yeah.
Now, you can think whatever you want about Gruden and the personnel decisions, but I think ultimately John Gruden is not a bad head football coach. He's just not. He's great. He's not a great evaluator of talent at times because he wants his guys, man. I got to have, you know, my guys, my Gruden grinders and all that kind of stuff. And I think that is a liability for him because when you look at the players, that were acquired or at least advised to acquire by Mike Mayock, and then under the tutelage and coaching of John Gruden, like Josh Jacobs, they did pretty freaking well. So Henry Ruggs was starting to come into his own before that, that travesty of that situation happened. So I think that Gruden would do a good job. We wouldn't be 2 and getting ready to be 10. I would say that. You know what I mean? Like, you think about that year that the emails happened and Bisaccia comes in and much respect to Rich and everything that Bisaccia did. But if that season plays out, and again, hypotheticals here, we're playing the hypothetical game, so let's keep playing it. If Damon Arnett doesn't go batshit crazy and start brandishing weapons on social media, and Henry Ruggs doesn't run.
God, I almost forgot about that.
You know what I
Me
mean?
too.
And Henry Ruggs doesn't do what Henry Ruggs did, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if those things don't happen, if we're playing the if game, and let's play the if game, if those things don't happen, you think John Gruden, you think that team is good enough to win a playoff game? They almost won it anyways.
Yeah.
100%.
You think that team is going to take the freaking nosedive? Well, yeah, we can say that words now.
Yeah. Listen,
Once in
after
a while,
that
we get
phone
one a
call,
show.
you can say whatever
like
you want.
PG-13. You think that 2022 team takes a fucking nosedive the way that it did? 6-11 under Josh McDaniels? I disagree. I'm not saying they would have been, 10-7 or 11-6 or even whatever.
I might say that.
Actually, I'll take that back. They might have been a 10-6, 11-7. They wouldn't have been 14-3, right? I don't think they were that talented.
So.
But that's it's a fair question. Thank you for the super chat first and foremost.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would have been that great, but we saw a lot. We saw growth with Gruden. We saw Gruden take over a team, and it went. I mean, what was that? Was that the 2-14 year?
No.
But we were
4-12 though.
Okay, but yeah, we were top 4 in the.
I think I don't know. Chat room
fourth
knows.
overall in the draft. So, but I think we saw growth with Gruden, which is something that we're just unfortunately not seeing with the current coaching staff. We're not seeing growth in any kind of way, but Gruden was showing growth. And right before he got let go, we were what, 5-2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Yeah. Like we were rocking
and playing inspired football.
Playing inspired football.
Yeah. And then it was like Gruden
cow.
happened, then Ruggs happened, then Arnett happened. There's another one in there too that happened not long after that. Yeah. Like Chandler Jones was like the following year.
That's right.
Yeah, but it started stacking up for stuff.
I think though, and obviously it's easy to say, yeah, we would have been. I don't think he would have gotten us to the top. I think we would have still had Derek Carr, mid, Raider, so close, but just can't quite eclipse what had happened. I feel like, yeah. I mean, it's a nice thought, but I think it would have just kept us in that middle,
8 and 8.
Not great, not this. But yeah.
He's more Jeff Fisher than he was Tony Dungy.
Yes.
Well, that's very
true.
That's you know what I mean. That's the kind of the way I always looked at it.
Yes.
Like the reason that they went and beat the shit out of us in the Super Bowl was because he took.
Someone said AB.
Oh, Antonio Brown.
That was the other thing.
Thank you.
You blocked that out probably.
Yeah, I don't.
But I think he took a Tony Dungy team and then. Which had that incredible defense and everything that Tony built. And then he happened to run into the Raiders in the Super Bowl, and Bill Callahan doesn't adjust the playbook or the audibles. And, as you're playing against the guy that literally invented the offense, and then hilarity ensues from there. But anyway, so,
right.
You know what I mean? But so I'm with you, because outside of that, Michelle, very much a 500 football coach.
Yeah.
That's kind of John Gruden's tale.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's better than, again, 2-10. So anyways, all right, next up, we got one more to get to, yeah? Don't we?
It's your.
Sure.
Do we?
Oh, yeah. There it is. I don't even know who this is. We'll see.
It's Russian roulette.
Hello? Oh.
So I got there right at 2, and I didn't get on there until like 3.
This is a butt
The
dial.
butt dial?
It's a Houston Raiders Steve butt dial.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should listen to that off of Don't want to get anybody caught up.
We know his butt was dialing. We don't know his front was doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What if all we heard was, let me ride that donkey.
You want to respect everyone's privacy.
Oh my God! All right, Raiders, appreciate you very,
much
very
respect.
much for joining us for this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. This was number 354 of Raiders Fan Radio. So before we get out of here, though, we always take your emails and voicemails, and we put it into a blender, and we pour it out, and there's one that will rise to the top because the cream always rises to the top. And there is the best of the best. We call it the Sizzler. And so, Swag Jeff, who do we have tonight?
Oh my gosh, we had some amazing emails, amazing calls. On the emails, we had, of course, Martin, we had Vegas Raider Pete, and we had Paul. And on the voicemail side of things, we had Jay in St. Louis, we had Josh in the 703, we had Houston Raider Steve, and who else did we have? Was that it?
His Houston Raider Steve's rear.
And Houston Raider Steve's rear. But
This
tonight,
be the first time we've had a body part get a Sizzler.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, if your ass gets a Sizzler, that can't be good.
No ass is Sizzler on this show. You have to go to another. You have to go to.
I mean, I've had a Sizzler out of my ass a couple of times.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I wouldn't win no awards.
You ain't winning no awards for that. None of us want to ever remember that.
But Houston Raider Steve Rear wasn't winning a Sizzler, but his front sure did.
Oh, that was good.
Steve, you are tonight's Sizzler Award.
I am the
Sizzler.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders.
That goodness.
Rear one.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Oh no.
The Irish cannon with a broken thumb. Can you fire a hand without an opposable thumb?
We'll find out.
Anyways, appreciate you, Raider Nation, for checking in for this episode of Raiders. Hold on, Jeff. Appreciate that way you guys got your outro. Appreciate you checking in for this episode 354. The RFR Fireside Chat.
Hey, salud.
Salud. This was fun tonight. Thank you guys for checking in with us. We're going to lean into the peace and serenity that we can find as being Raider fans. We're going to puff our pipes. We're going to drink our drinks. And we're going to celebrate holiday season. How about that?
Absolutely.
Because when it comes to Raider football, not a shit ton to be celebrated. So we'll just enjoy the idea that we're fans. We love a football team. We got a great sphere of Raider fans amongst us.
Yeah.
And so
if you're here, it's kind of like Olive Garden. If you're here, you're
Your family.
Oh,
It's good.
come on.
You know what I mean?
That's where you hit the post.
Well,
Also
they should
true,
have.
though, we need to win Friday. I know, like, a lot of people are watching, but, man, we can't go, 0-6 in the division? Like, we ain't won a division game yet. Can we win one division game and then lose the rest? I don't know. A lot of y'all are wanting to tank, which I would never, I'm not volleying for that, but we need to beat at least one division game.
It's beating the Chiefs
It's
in
the
Arrowhead.
Chiefs in
It's
Arrowhead.
still the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Go back to it.
We already
I'm with
shit
you,
on their
Michelle. I don't
Christmas
give a
last
shit
year. Let's
about
shit
that.
on their
Remember
Black
Christmas?
Friday. Yeah, shit on their
Remember
Black Friday.
Christmas? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Black Friday.
It's Black Friday. They
That's
can't take
Silver
that
on
from
Black
us.
Friday.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, man.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what kind of, you know what level of smack they're going to be talking?
Exactly.
The Chiefs fans, they're going to be freaking energized. They're already energized because
Yeah.
they're, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. They can't ruin. They've ruined Hallmark. They can't ruin Black Friday. They can't do that. But seriously though, we need to win that game. We
Lord
have to
have
have
mercy.
one division game.
leave Black Friday alone.
Leave it.
Right?
Are you playing the outro?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Raider Nation. We love you guys so very, very. I'm gonna shout out the chat room.
You do it.
Power 1975 is in there. Tropical Remy is in there. Martin is in there. Yoshi is in there. Thank you to all the amazing super chats. Yoshi, Silver and Black today. Power 1975. And there may have been others too that I'm forgetting, but thank you guys for all those amazing super chats. 100% that money to the One Nation Foundation. Thank you guys. Thank you. Jordan Ford is in there. James Furpo is still in there. And you know what too? Like, this is a bad football team, but it's a great fan base, and the fact that you guys still come around and hang in this long for 90 minutes as we sit around a fire, have cocktails, and talk our nonsense, like much respect. We love you guys so very, very much. We will see you next week. Check us out on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. That is on the YouTube, youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio, or check us out on your favorite podcast service, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Ask Your Alexa, or any internet-connected device. If you can find a podcast, you can find us and help us by supporting this show, which supports the One Nation Foundation.
Oh, I already said my outro. We got to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
That period. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all I got.
Absolutely. Can't thank you guys enough. Like Murf said, like Michelle said, thank you guys for being here. We love each and every one of you. And like you said, when you're here, you're family, and Raider Nation is family. Can't thank you guys enough. On behalf of Murf, on behalf of Michelle, my name's Swag Jeff. You've been listening to Raider Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. And don't forget, boys and girls, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland.